Well, Stat here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be profiling my Time Thief deck. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like. Leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you. And please consider subscribing for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. First, we're playing triple copies of Regulator. If you control no other cards, you contribute this to special summon 2 Time Thief monsters from your deck. While this card's in the graveyard, you could detach a material from an Xyz monster and special summon this card, but it's banished when it leaves the field. We're playing triple copies of Winder. If this card is summoned, you're able to add a Time Thief card from your deck to your hand, and while this card's in your hand, you could detach a material from an Xyz monster and special summon this. We're playing 2 copies of Adjuster. If you summon a Time Thief monster, you could special summon this card from your hand. This can create a chain block situation. If this card is summoned, you could dump a Time Thief card from your deck to the graveyard, such as your Bezel Ship. While Bezel Ship's in the graveyard, you could detach a material from an Xyz monster and special summon this card, but it's banished when it leaves the field. We're playing 1 copy of Retrograde. Whenever your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can negate that effect and attach that negated card as material to a Time Thief monster. We're playing 2 copies of Strangulanius. If you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And while you control an Xyz monster that has a dark Xyz as material, you could target a Raidraptor monster in your graveyard and special summon it. We're playing 1 copy of Raider's Wing. This is pretty much a Winder. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you could detach a material from an Xyz monster and special summon this. And if it's used as material, the Xyz monster gains the following effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. We're playing 1 copy of Singing Lanius. If you control an Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. We're playing 1 copy of Silent Boots. We're going to be setting this card to the graveyard with our Rusty Bardiche. And while this card's in the graveyard, we can banish it to add a Phantom Knight spell and trap from our deck to our hand. We're playing 1 copy of Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. This allows us to rank up into Xyz Rebellion, Phantom Knights, or Raidraptor monsters. We're playing triple copies of Shade Brigandine. If we control no trap cards in a graveyard, we can activate this the same turn it's set. This becomes a level 4 monster that allows us to go into rank 4s. What's nice about this card is that if we use it as Xyz material to go into a Time Thief Redoer, we can detach Shade Brigandine, and because Shade Brigandine's a trap, we could bounce an opponent's monster. We're playing 1 copy of Fogblade, which can negate an opponent's monster effect. We are playing a Zexal package. We're playing triple copies of Construction, which can search for ZS monsters such as Ascended Sage, which can special summon itself if you control no monsters, or Arm Sage. If you control exactly 1 level 4 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. We're playing 1 copy of Double or Nothing, because we are playing a Utopia package in our extra deck. We're playing triple copies of Parallel Exceed. If we Exceed summon, we can special summon this card from our hand, and then special summon another one from our deck, and then they'll become level 4, and that just enables more rank 4 plays. Keep in mind, if you use an effect that restricts you to dark monsters, you're not going to be able to use this, so you do have to play around a little bit. If you don't like this card, you could change it out for a playset of hand traps. Which, getting into, we were playing triple copies of Ash Blossom, triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. 2 counter hand traps, we're playing 1 copy of Called by the Grave. And for consistency, we are playing triple copies of Pot of Prosperity. And then 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. Getting in the extra deck, we're playing 1 copy of Time Thief Redoer. During the standby phase, we can steal the top card of our opponent's deck, and then we could detach up to 3 materials and gain the following effect. If it's a monster, you can banish this card until the end phase. If it's a spell, you can draw a card. If it's a trap, you can bounce an opponent's card. We're playing 2 copies of Force Strix. This card can search for level 4 Dark Winged Beast monsters directly from your deck. Those are your Raidraptors that can just free summon themselves. We're playing 1 copy of Break Sword to pop opponent's cards. 1 copy of Raider's Knight. You could rank up or down 1 level, but the thing is the Xyz monster you summon are destroyed during your opponent's next end phase. But that's okay, because this can enable OTK plays like Arc Rebellion, which can gain the attack points of all monsters on the field, as well as shut down activated effects. We're playing one copy of Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This is just in here to go into our Dark Requiem, which is a negate. So if we need to negate our first turn, this is an option. We're playing one copy of Zeus. Most of our extra deck are Xyz monsters, so during the grind game, we're going to be easily going into this to clear our opponent's board. We're playing one copy of Utopia Double. This is here to search for a double or nothing. And then for the rest of the Utopia package, we'll play one copy of the original and then one copy of Lightning. We're playing one copy of Ultimate Falcon. We get detachment material. All of our opponent's monsters lose 1,000 attack. And then if we have an Xyz monster on the field that has a Raidraptor as material, during the end phase, our opponent's monsters lose 1,000 attack. And if our opponent controls no face-up cards, we can inflict 1,000 points of damage to them. We're playing one copy of Wise Tricks. This can allow us to free summon a Raidraptor from our deck. And then if a Raidraptor Xyz activates its effect, we could set our rank up spell from our deck and activate it in the same turn. Which usually we won't be doing that because we are playing Rusty Bardiche. If an Xyz monster is summoned to a zone Rusty Bardiche points to, Rusty Bardiche can pop an opponent's card. So what usually happens is I'll activate the Rake Up spell during my opponent's turn, Xyz summoned to a zone Rusty Bardiche points to, and then I get to pop an opponent's card. Getting into the one card combo, we're going to normal summon Regulator, we're going to Tribute Regulator, to special summon Winder, and Adjuster from deck. You're going to chain link one Adjuster to Winder. Winder will allow you to add Retrograde to hand, and then Adjuster will allow you to send Bezel Ship to graveyard. You're then going to Xyz summon for Raidraptor Force Tricks. You're then going to detach a material to search for Singulanius. You're going to special summon Singulanius because you control the Raidraptor. You're then going to detach a material to summon Bezel Ship. You're then going to link summon for Wise Tricks. Wise Tricks will allow you to summon a Raidraptor from deck, that being your Raider's Wing. You're going to Xyz summon again for another Force Tricks. You're going to detach your Raider's Wing to gain another search. Wise Tricks effect will activate, allowing you to set a rank up spell. So we're going to set our Phantom Knight's rank up force. And then we could search for the Singulanius. You're going to detach material to summon Raider's Wing. Rusty Bardiche. Rusty Bardiche effect. We're going to send Silent Boots. And then Shade Brigandine will be set to our field. Because we control Dark Monster, we could special summon Stringolanius. Activate Shade Brigandine. We're going to overlay for Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight effect, we're going to detach material to either rank up or down. In this case, let's say it's our Arc Rebellion Xyz. Now, since we control an Xyz monster that has a Dark Xyz as materials, Strangulanius' effect will activate, allowing us to bring back a Raidraptor, which will be our Singulanius. And then we can Xyz summon again for Time Thief Redoer. So now we have this rank up spell set, and then we have this trap that we can set, which is also a negate. Typically what will happen is you're going to want to rank up during your opponent's turn, so you could pop a card and you have a negate. Now keep in mind you have 4 other cards in your hand. They could be hand traps, they could be more monsters that lead to more Xyz plays, but that's the general gist of it. This concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give the video a like. Leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you, and please consider subscribing for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and upload, and until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.